Hi guys, thanks for watching. This is Amir's 8th week of life updates. So we had a couple of things going on this week, a little bit out of the ordinary. Um, well, I guess I'll just kind of start off. I want to talk about our sleep schedule. It's just been totally out of ordinary this week, or actually kind of the tail end of last week too. He has been like really inconsistent. Some days he'll sleep like all day. For example, yesterday, he just slept and slept and slept like nonstop. I woke him up to feed and he would fall right back asleep, and I was a little bit worried about him being sick, but we did his temperature, everything was fine. And then there are days like today and like a few times last week that he's just kind of awake all day and he wants to play, and he's not really fussy. He's in a pretty great mood. He's just looking around, smiling and playing, I guess I would say. He's right here, so just checking him out here. So really inconsistent with sleep, which is fine, because I want him to be more alert and awake, and he's not fussy when he's awake. He's pretty much a happy boy, so that's great. We have been having pretty good sleeping at night, however. That's awesome. He maximum wakes up 2 times a night right now. There was like one night that he only woke up once, which was really cool. And I mentioned before that he goes right back to sleep after feedings pretty much. So it's been really, really nice and helpful, and I hope it continues as I'm going back to work in just 16 days. Oh, I'm counting down the time. Not in a good way. I'm counting down because I don't want to. Try not to focus on that, but yeah, new developments this week, not really, except for, the changing in his sleep schedule. We had another play date with his friend, well, my friends, and their baby, who's 5 months old, and they actually interacted a little bit. His baby, their baby, is really, in that age where it's just like super fun and just laughing and smiling and giggling and reaching for things, and sorry, I have like a hair on my lip. And yeah, he was hugging Amir, and Amir was just staring at him and so interested, and it was really neat to see kind of like a first real sort of interaction, more so on their baby's part, but Amir did stare at him, and he had fun at their house for sure. Yeah, so I think that's, oh no, that's not it. Oh, I forgot about one really big thing that just happened, actually. Not a big thing, but just kind of like a, I don't know, I guess event that happened. On the day that we had our play date, I noticed that he had some like purple kind of a rash, but it wasn't a risen rash. It was like a purple rash. It almost kind of looked like veins, like spider veins or varicose veins in his skin. And I was like, what is that? Because I'd never seen that before. And I asked my friend, she's a nurse, and she said, I have no idea. So I didn't really worry about it because I know there's going to be markings and stuff on infants. However, I did, I don't know if you can hear him. He's really making noises over here. Yeah, I know that there can be stuff like that, so I wasn't worried. But then later, I decided to Google. Google is not your friend when you're looking up conditions. I don't really recommend it because you will freak yourself out, and I try not to do that, but I did. And of course, I found like lots of answers on there. They just had to do some kind of glass test and press like a glass against the baby's skin, and if the little dots, like these purple dots, don't go away, that it could be something called, I think it's called petechiae. I'm going to break down the name below, but I don't recommend Googling it. even though I'll put the name down just because I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I don't recommend Googling it because you're going to freak yourself out if you think your baby has this. But basically, people are like, go to the doctor ASAP, go to the ER, go to the urgent care clinic, because it could be a serious sign of infection or like meningitis or some type of viral infection. And there were some stories on there that I saw about like their babies had to be in the hospital, and I was just freaking out. And at this time, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I told my husband, I'm like, what should we do? Oh my God, I'm so worried. He's like, don't worry. It's probably nothing, which is weird because he's so overprotective over things with him, I guess. But he's like, don't worry. He's like, we'll just take him to the doctor tomorrow. But I was like, no, I'm so worried. So I called the urgent care clinic, and they're like, well, we can't give you advice. You either need to bring him in or you don't. We can't give you, advice without seeing him. So I kind of debated about it, but I'm like, nope, I'm not going to risk anything. I know it's probably nothing, but I'm not going to risk his life just because I think it's nothing, and it could be something very serious. Because I saw, usually when I look stuff up, I Google it. I do that. I try not to. It's usually like, oh, it's nothing. It's probably this. Then I'm like, okay, I can wait till his next appointment. However, this just really alarmed me because there were so many answers, like go to the doctor immediately, go to the hospital immediately, things like that. Yeah, anyway, so we get there, we decide to go, and my husband's like, you're worrying for nothing, but we'll go. So we get there, and it's like 2:30 in the morning, which is because this clinic is far away, out in the middle of nowhere. It's the only urgent care clinic that's not, I didn't want to take him to the ER. Because again, I knew that it probably was just me being overly cautious. I'm like, let's just bring him to the urgent care. If they see it's something, then obviously they're going to send him to the hospital. And this was like an urgent care / ER like attached. I've never seen anything like that before because we don't normally go there, but I guess it's kind of like a 2-in-1 combination for like less serious stuff and then obviously more serious stuff with the ER. So we went there. Yeah, it was quite far, driving in the middle of nowhere. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we get there, and right away I can tell the nurse is like, what are you guys doing here? I mean, I don't know. I just kind of felt like they're like, oh, they asked, they're like, is this your first baby? And I could tell it was kind of like, oh, is this your first baby? I'm so, curious to know if you have other children. No, it wasn't like that. It was like, oh, this is your first baby, huh? Yep, that's why you brought your baby here in the middle of the night for a rash. So, I mean, I kind of got that impression from the whole staff. And again, yes, it did turn out to be nothing that they could see. It wasn't anything worrisome. He said that there are no other symptoms of anything going on, and his temperature was normal. When we took it at home, it was normal, and basically that we brought him there. They kind of acted like we brought him there for nothing, which we did. But I mean, really, I'm sure other first-time mothers, or when you were a first-time mother, you can relate that, you just get freaked out by things, and it's so hard to distinguish what is a serious problem and not. And I know that during the first, I think, 2 to 3 months, it's super crucial that, you bring them to the doctor with any sign of, problems with sickness, or, you have to be super cautious during that time. So, yeah, it turned out to be nothing, thankfully, but again, I don't know what it is about, maybe I'm just too sensitive, but what is it about like emergency type staff? Like, maybe they just get a lot of people in there. I'm sure they're probably sick of it, but come on, we don't know. We just want to make sure our baby's good, and don't try to make us feel that we're stupid for bringing our baby in. Just, they didn't say anything directly, but I could tell by their attitude. We'll just say that. Anyway, yeah, thank God he's fine. And, I don't know what the rash is, but he is going to the doctor this week for his 2-month checkup. So I think I said I was going to bring him from this vlog. I was going to talk about his appointment. I can't remember if I said that was this one or the next week. But yes, his appointment is next week. But I did find out his weight. He's a big boy, 13 pounds ounces. So that's pretty big. I know it's not huge, but I think that's pretty darn big. So I knew he had to probably, like, I thought he was maybe in the 12-pound range, but, you know, we did get that checked quite a few weeks ago that it was 10 pounds. So I knew that, you know, probably be a significant, not a significant amount, but he's basically like almost double his birth weight. So that's awesome, and it's crazy to think that, you know, I just look at him every day and just see how much bigger he's getting, and it's amazing. Time just flies. But yeah, I'm going to quickly show him. That's kind of it for this week. I will be back next week for, you know, his next week update, and then he'll have his doctor visit, so I'll have that to report on. Yeah. Here is Amir. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, I do have to say, we still have drainage on the left eye, some eye drainage. So I'm going to talk to the doctor about that again. I'm sure it's probably nothing to be too concerned about. So I know a lot of babies have it, but he still has some drainage. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go. And yeah, this has been long enough. I'm trying to make these shorter, but this turned into a long one because I'm babbling. So I hope you have a great week and a great day. Thank you.